I just finished the book. I'm working on an audiobook version of it next, which is going to be.
What's the name of the book?
It's called Dream Master. So yeah, you can get that wherever you get books. If you go on Amazon or wherever else, get that free shipping. It is
MegaRan. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but why does that look like a picture of Little Rail on that joint?
Oh, stop. Here you go.
Yo, put that book up again,
all
man.
Right, I got to put it up. All right.
Look at a little bit like Little Rail, but I feel you.
It do.
Beat it up.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Monsta Mondayz. I am your host, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. Can y'all hear me clear through my neck gator? AKA my fancy face mask or whatnot.
Shameless plug.
You understand what I'm saying? Have y'all met my co-host yet? What's it? Tell him your name.
Starang Wonder. You already know. And I'm with
Have y'all met my DJ yet? Tell him your name.
DJ Rec. You know what I'm saying?
In the building. You understand? Even when we outdoors, we in the building. You understand what I'm saying? But we just happen to all still be indoors right now. You know what I'm saying? Pandemic is still running wild out here. We don't trust it. We'll let y'all get the first batch of the air. Then we going outside. Y'all get the air Corona 1s. We gonna wait for the 3s. You understand what I'm saying? Before we come out. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing, brothers?
We good, man. Good.
Doing great, man. What's happening with y'all?
We chilling. I'm out here in the, Cactusville and all of that. It's warming up out here. It's real. It's warm for real today. I might go swimming later.
Crazy. Okay. I'm out of Connecticut. And it's like 30 degrees, bro.
Nah, 30?
30 today.
You ain't gotta live like that, bro.
I know. Just come on out west with the rest of us.
And windy though. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, man. You ain't gotta suffer through all that, son. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta play tough, son. You already made it there. You know what I'm saying? If you can make it there in New York, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like East Coast, you already made it there, nigga. You grown. It don't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to prove. You ain't nothing to prove. So what we're going to talk about today? I got something interesting I want to talk about today. I asked y'all like I don't already know and shit. You understand what I'm saying? By the time y'all will be hearing this, we don't know if you know what I'm saying. If it's all, but in real life and in real time, it is National Autism Week. Is it week or is it day? Which one is it?
I think week. I think they celebrate everything week. Day? Either one. It's National Autism celebration.
Yeah. We saluting and celebrating and paying attention to, and paying respects to.
I don't want to tell people how much we don't know. We don't.
I'm saying but that's the whole thing. It's okay to not know something. It's about educating ourselves.
Sorry, people, man.
What'd you say?
I said, sorry, people.
Sorry.
Day or week, but we're celebrating anyway.
It's actually World Autism Awareness Day.
All right.
Right. Yeah. And we part of the world, and we are observing this day as well. We know people who are affected by autism. You know what I mean? I know what I find interesting. And I don't know if interesting is the right word, but it's the first word that came to mind is like when we were kids, because we all of a certain age. When we were kids, like I had never heard that word. There were certain words we heard, back then, but like that one feels like a new one.
We heard like slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard those two, mentally disturbed and all of that, but even with that, there were words.
Right now.
There were other like those terms were all. I guess all them shits is politically incorrect.
All those was the terms of people that didn't understand stuff.
Right.
Just like anybody else who don't understand anything, you know what I'm saying? Like they call you a nigga or a spick or gay or faggot.
But what I'm saying, like even then when like for people who, because like I had a cousin who was, we wasn't blood related, but it was my mother's best friend, and she had a daughter that was mentally disturbed or whatever. And I didn't know the medical term, but I know back then we used to hear certain medical terms, right? Like you heard the word schizophrenic, you heard manic depressive, we heard these terms as a kid. Yeah. I never heard the word autism when I was growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, I don't know if she was mentally disturbed either.
I don't know. Like
mentally disabled.
I don't listen. I'm not going to pretend to know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pretend to know the politically correct terminology on the situation, but
for sure,
I want to still try to communicate what I'm saying and not be judged. You know what I'm saying? So people bear with us. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like with autism, things like things like ADHD, ADD, OCD, I didn't hear none of that growing up. You understand what I'm saying? None of the like none of that. All of those things was just like there were no names for it. Like, well, as adults, we hear those terms now, and we be like, these kids too soft, man. Back in the days, we just got ass whooping. Like this, I'm like this.
Hey, I'm borderline still. Still kind of think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause some of it, I feel like doctors diagnose people kind of just. I don't want to say that they diagnose people wrong just to get the bread, but who knows, man?
But some do, like, man. I'm not gonna say all of them, but it's like what I tell Rock sometimes. Like, I don't eat new shit. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't around when I was a kid, I'm not really fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I was a kid, this stuff wasn't around, man. All right, depression. You didn't take medicine for depression. You know what I mean? Nobody, diagnosed you with ADHD. Nobody, like, all this is stuff, like, to me, and I ain't gonna say borderline. I'm like all the way there, damn near. Right? People make shit up to milk your insurance and get money, and doctors do it.
I do wholeheartedly believe that the system do that to you. Like, I feel like a good percentage of doctors, with no disrespect to them, I feel like they brainwashed too. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they think they helping you when they not. You understand? Because they follow a protocol according to what they was taught. You know what I mean? But the business of medicine depends on the fact that you're never cured. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you cured, you ain't gotta never come back. If you just,
and how about this, right?
On wellness, you just well enough to come back and give me some more of your money.
And how about this, right? Like, you go talk to a psychiatrist. Now, what kind of doctor is a psychiatrist, man? Like, can your moms be a psychiatrist?
Well, here's the thing.
Be a psychiatrist? Can your best friend be a psychiatrist?
Well, here's the thing. That's
because you're just going to talk to somebody.
Listen, bro.
Just venting.
Nah, bro. Listen, that's an interesting question. I've been asking myself that. This, let me let you know.
No psychiatrist. I'm just saying,
bro. Let me unpack this for you, right? After P passed away, I went and sought therapy, son. Understandably, I was fucked up. You know what I mean? And it was something that I was thinking about, even before that, son. Because like I always say this, son. Just growing up a black man in America is enough to have any one of us going through some sort of depression. I say this shit all the time. I'll probably say it again on this show. I probably already, you know what I mean? But then when you take being into you take the music industry, which we've been in, you know what I mean? Any of these entertainment industries that drag you through all kind of changes, all kind of mop ringers, all kind of ego trips, all kind of highs and lows, and then low got you chased. The fame high is a high that's worse than any other high, only because people encourage it. You know what I mean? It might not be physically worse than some of these drugs, but on your mind and all of that, you looking for that shit. And not only are you looking for it, instead of your loved ones telling you need to get off that drug, they telling you, I believe you, nigga, do this shit, go. They want you to get out. They still pushing you out the hood to get them out the hood. So you got a whole circle of attractiveness in that shit, right? But I mean, with all of that being said, all of that being put on us, like, some of us handle that better than others. You know what I mean? Think about it, bro. Like, we all men, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 6'5". How tall are you, Strang?
6'1".
6'1". I don't believe you, but the point is, how is it? How is it, right, that you're a better athlete than I am? You understand what I'm saying? A nigga would think that I'm supposed to be this super duper basketball nigga when I'm not. You know, Strang just had like his physical, like he's his body different. You understand? We both skinny. You understand what I'm saying? But for some reason, he could play sports a lot better than I can. You understand what I'm saying? For some reason, I'm a better boxer than he is. You understand what I'm saying? He might be a better I'm pretty sure he's a better grappler than I am. You understand what I'm saying? But it just, we have our strengths, but it's the same with our minds and our emotions. We different. You understand what I'm saying? Some things I may handle better than you do, and some things you may handle better than me emotionally. You understand what I'm saying?
I was going to tell you about, like, when you just brought up the fame thing. Like, I dodged that. You know what I mean?
Right. You handle that better than some niggas do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we all different, and so it's while I might need help with my jump shot, another nigga might need help dealing with this certain kind of pain. You understand what I'm saying? And so
I still think all of that is just regular stuff, though. Because you know why? You know why? This is what I'm saying. Like, you know why? Because the fame thing, like, you bring that up, and it's like, that's not what I wanted, but maybe that's what you wanted. You didn't really want to play sports or be athletic, but that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, when you don't do what you want to do, then something is wrong probably. That you get mad, you get angry, it start eating at you. That's regular stuff, man.
But at the same token, what if it's something you did want to do, right? And then that get taken away from you? That shit hurt. You understand what I'm saying? It might hurt way worse to a nigga who really wanted it than a nigga like you who didn't really want it. You understand what I'm saying? And so where I've realized that, like, therapy mostly consists of a nigga just talking. You know what I mean? Like, I always recommend, like, get you a homeboy that you could talk to. The difference with therapy is this: they pay to talk. They paid to listen to you talk, to set that time aside for you. Me and you been through years, you know, some of the shit that we went through a lot of shit together, but we went through a lot of shit apart too. Right. Because while you was going through your shit, I was going through my own shit. You know what I mean? You was like, I'm not even gonna call Rock to put this shit on him. Like, he got his own problems. And that's the same way I would feel. I'm not even gonna put my problems on you or Rock or whatever. You understand? But sometimes you need to get that shit out, and a therapist is just paid to listen to you and give you feedback. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because some people blow the fuck up with that shit. Remember the movie Anger Management? With
Robert De Niro?
Yeah. With Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, right? Okay. And what's the other nigga name? Right?
Wasn't it Robert De Niro was in there too?
I think it wasn't Jack Nicholson?
Oh, maybe it was Jack Nicholson.
That's right.
What it was. So like the whole shit, that whole time, like, all he was trying to do, like Adam Sandler wasn't an angry nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was a soft nigga, right? But what Jack Nicholson was trying to tell, nah, nigga, you lying to yourself. That shit, you stressed. Like, that shit is going, like, you gonna explode somewhere because you're not
releasing.
You're not releasing none of your true feelings. You got to get that shit out and get on with it. You understand what I'm saying? Because while you think you being nice, really you just a nigga with no boundaries. You understand what I'm saying? And you getting walked over all day, and it's making you angrier and angrier and angrier. And that may affect, like, you know, some niggas don't have no problem telling you no, get the fuck out of here. It's more difficult for some people. You understand what I'm saying? Even though they want to tell you no, even though they don't want to give you that $5 or that $20.
Listen, with all this being said,
yes,
I think I'm autistic.
So when you guys want to start your own side hustle, your own business, whatever it is that you guys want to do, people are going to call it your little business, right? They're going to call it your little business, your little side hustle, but that's okay. When I wanted to start my own hair care line, someone told me, aren't there already hair care lines out? When I wanted to start selling courses, people told me that's all you do is sell stuff on the internet. And when I decided to buy rental properties and instead of investing in my own personal house, people told me that you don't own a home, you own houses. So people are always going to have something negative to say, but it does not matter. What they're really doing is projecting their insecurities onto you, right? They really want to be in the position that you're in, to have that faith in yourself to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Owning my own business outweighs the benefits of me going back to a 9-to-5, so there's no reason to give up.
This is Monsta Nation Jade, and I think you should start your journey to financial freedom right now. So go to the website that you see here, or click the link in the description below, or find me on IG and click the link in my bio, Exotic Jade Eyes.
Well, I don't want to say
so?
I can't.
Yeah, like, you know, I do things, man. I walk around, I talk to myself, I talk myself through stuff sometimes.
Well, we need to Google some symptoms of autism before we could say that. For ADHD, I got ADHD. I'm almost convinced. My homegirl told me. She called me everything she ran that I felt like she saw all my dirty laundry. Like she was just reading down the shit. I was like, what the fuck? Then I started reading. I'm like, what the? Nah, this is crazy, right? So I know a lot of the ADHD symptoms specifically. Autism, I don't know those. But if we got a moment, here, we could take a break right now, you understand? And we could diagnose you right now, my nigga, you understand?
Before we do that, I want to hear from Rec. See what he think about it, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that some of it might be true, right? I think that there's definitely signs of autism in people. I think one of the signs is like social interaction, how they deal with being around other people. And like I know, for instance, with Asperger's, they don't their emotions are different. So like how me and you will see somebody get beat or whatever, and you're like, damn, that they look terrible, that's terrible, right? They might look at it and just be kind of numb to it, like it doesn't really affect them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like they're emotionally not tied to certain things or whatever, and then their emotions change when they're really excited about something. They'll be overly excited about it. When you're looking at them like, damn, nigga, is it that? Should you be that happy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things like that or whatever that's part of being autistic. That I know I've seen that happen before. But some of the other stuff, I be thinking that they just diagnose people just to diagnose them. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be like a small little thing that they do, and they're like, oh, well, they're probably autistic. Here you go. Here's some pills. Have them take these, and they'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I know from experience, a couple of the people that I know that I'm not sure exactly which part of the mental disability spectrum they're on or whatever, but I know that a lot of times those pills make people like before it really gets into their system, they're completely like out of it, to where they're all sleepy all day, you know what I'm saying, for at least a couple of weeks or whatever, until it gets regular in their system. So that's, to me, kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah, I stay away, like with my diagnosis, I'm like, I don't want to, because the more I understand about it, what it says to me is, it explained a lot for me. Like certain shit that I be like, you be sitting there beating yourself up, because we all our worst critics. You know what I'm saying? And it be certain shit you be trying to do that you can't get, certain humps you can't get over. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, why the fuck? God damn, be like, I'm a grown ass man. Fuck shit, but this shit is getting out of hand. I should be able to do this shit by now, right. And then when you read up on this shit, and like, I didn't go looking for this shit. This shit came to me from a person who knows me, and they were looking at it in regards to them, and they were like, hold on. As I was reading this, all I could think of was you, right? So I called you, and this is what and then I started researching. It's like, oh, because like it's and with what I produce today.
Let me ask you, to you, when you heard that, was that good news or bad news? Was it good news like, now I understand, or was it bad news like,
it was
damn?
It was good news. It was a hint of bad news, a hint, because I felt like, damn, does that mean I'm stuck like this? But I got such a fighting spirit that only lasted for like 7 seconds. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, this is good news right here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna find workarounds because I know that, like, with certain things that my brain just frees up on me, like my brain won't do certain shit because ain't no pleasure in it for me. It ain't nothing but difficulty. Whereas like for instance, going to office buildings like the DMV, right? We all hate going to the DMV. Oh yeah, right? It ain't. But going to the DMV cripples me. My license been bad since 2001. It wouldn't cripple you. Not you. What I'm saying is like some people, like normal people, like somebody with who don't have ADHD, they look at me and they call me a fucking slacker for certain shit that I don't do, that I need to take. But I'm just like I'll do it when the situation causes panic in my brain. You know what I mean? When it causes panic, like engineering my own, I didn't learn how to do that until I was in a pandemic. And it was like, I can't sit here I knew that this pandemic would last longer than however many weeks they were saying. I was like, I can't just sit here and not rap. I got to do something. I got to sell verses. So that emergency situation was enough to get me over the hump, because it's a chemical imbalance in your brain. You don't get no dopamine. Your brain is like, fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't understand shit like that, you just like, the fuck?
And that's what I was about to say. I think everybody's autistic. I just think it takes something to happen or something to bring it out. But I think it's always there. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I
don't know that for a fact. That's what I think.
I don't know if I agree with that. The reason I say that, I mean, I hear where you're coming from, but I don't want to be disrespectful to people who really suffer from some shit that we don't really understand.
That's what I think. I don't know that for a fact. That's just what I think.
I know for a fact that it's a ton of niggas that's our age that got whoopings for stuff that they didn't even deserve.
You remember Ram, right? I don't want to say his real name and shit. You know Ram?
Yeah. Our old con
from Glenmore.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Ram was perfectly fine, man. He came to my school. You know that. Mm-hmm. He's perfectly fine. He smoked some weed. He was different. I seen this with my own 2 eyes, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was perfectly fine. He started smoking weed like heavy. Something happened.
And he was just
didn't get laced. And everybody say that. He get laced today. He didn't get laced. It was weed. Some people can't handle certain stuff.
Well, let me ask you this. Was you there with us when we was in California? No, you wasn't there. It was me, Ruck, Doc, and Knock when we was working on Magnum Force. When the homie, salute to the homie Super Dave. Like, you remember Super Dave?
Yeah, I remember Super Dave.
You remember the story, right? The story, the night I met Ice Cube?
If you tell me, I probably remember. I don't know.
I don't want to get into the whole story because that's a story for story time with Rocco. Right. I'm selling that story, but Dave tripped out. You know what I mean? And I was like,
"Oh, you did tell me that? Yeah, you did."
He really tripped out, and I'm ready to beat Dave up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, son, don't fucking play with me. Be like, I done threw this nigga up against the gate. Bang, 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 bang. Like, yo, Dave, don't fucking play. I done dug my knuckles all in Dave's cheekbone. Like, yo, don't fucking play.
What happened though?
Because he just started tripping in front of Ice Cube, and I'm like, don't embarrass me like that, B. This is my first time meeting Ice Cube.
Why was he tripping?
This is what I'm talking. This is thank you for helping the story along. Exactly, because Dave can't handle no chronic. We got back to the hotel, right, and I'm ready to beat this nigga. Like, I wouldn't let him drive. Like, I'm like, I didn't even know how to drive yet. I wanted to drive. No, yes, I did know how to drive, but I didn't know how to drive a stick. I was about to say, yeah. I didn't know how to drive a stick. I'm like, Dave, I can't let you.
I taught Rock how to drive, by the way.
You helped. You wasn't that nigga.
I taught Rock how to drive.
You helped.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Not that nigga. So you
yo, go ahead. Finish the story, Rock. Right, we all know about me teaching you how to drive. All right.
Son, I got back to anyway. I had to let the nigga drive me back to the hotel and all of that because we was at the studio, and Ruck called Mark Boogie Brown, also who used to work for Priority too, right? Yeah, and Rucker's on the phone. I'm ready to beat Dave up for the whole. Rucker's like, chill. Doc is like, chill. Rucker's like, yo, what the fuck was y'all niggas smoking, B? Like, fuck, like. I'm like, son, we was smoking weed, son, just weed, la la la. Ruck got off the phone with the nigga Mark Brown. He was like, no, he's like, Mark Brown said, and I quote, that's just Dave. Like, what you mean that's just Dave? He said, Dave can't handle no chronic. That's just Dave.
Wow.
Lost his whole mind. Son had me scared to let him drive.
See?
Or for smoking some weed.
And some people never recover from that. You know what I mean?
Right. The same weed he smoked, I smoked with him. Knox smoked with him. Me and him was fine.
But some people never recover from that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I just said when I was like, yo, maybe it takes something to do something in the inside of your brain or something, and then it unlocks it.
Right. But
who knows? It's possible.
Right.
That's the exact same point I'm trying to make to you. Like, some people can handle shit different. The same shit he smoked, me and Knox smoked. You understand what I'm saying? And neither one of us started acting different at all.
Right, and the same shit Ram smoked, I smoked. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's what I'm saying is we got different makeups. We got different. We not just physically different. We mentally, we chemically different too. So if
and for the record, for anybody listening, it was just weed, no dust, nothing else in there. It was just weed. I swear to you, it was just weed.
Yeah, it was just weed. Like me and Knock went with Dave to go meet up with Laylaw and Yuck Mouth from the Loonies to listen to some beats, right? We went back to the hotel to drop Knock off because Knock had to take a crap. But I left my book of rhymes in the studio from the night before. So we had to go get that. And we went to go get that. And we was like, it wasn't no need to take Knock with us. Fuck it. He's taking the crap. We're just going to go pick that up. We didn't even know Ice Cube was there. When we get there, Cube was there. And we said, you know, he introduced how you doing, la la la, listen to the song they was making, and then Dave trips out right there in Ice Cube studio session.
Wow.
Yo, I take this nigga out and I'm telling the whole story. Anyway.
No, it's all good.
It was that situation.
We're about to wrap this autism convo up.
Let me ask one question before we wrap this conversation up. Because of the fact that y'all been in the game for so long, right? Have y'all ever been around artists that you know for a fact had to have autism? like
I don't want to say no names, but like one of the dudes that's my favorite dude, I know has to have some autism. All right?
I can think of a couple.
And his name starts with an R, and I'm gonna leave it like that, man.
What'd you say?
And his name starts with an R, and I'm gonna leave it like that.
You gotta play me, God.
That's what people gonna think, and that's what I want people to think too. Maybe I'm talking about you or Ruck, but I'm not. All right.
Like I said, well, here's the thing, right? Like I said, again, none of us took the time to Google any symptoms on autism, which I feel like was a little bit disrespectful. We'll do that in a second.
Actually, we have them on our phones if you would glance down, sir.
All right. There you.
Yeah, but we got to wrap this up, though.
No, I know. But what I want to say is this: in regards to ADHD, I think most artists I know have it.
Yeah. Facts.
Most artists I know. Now that I know, I understand a little better. Most creative people I know have a certain, and not just rappers, like most creative people I know have a certain amount of it, including you, Frank.
I agree.
Word up.
Yeah.
That just means I'm smart, though. All right.
I mean, that don't mean you're smart, but you are. You understand what I'm saying? You are. I happen to know you, and I think you're a brilliant guy, but that don't necessarily. But we're gonna wrap this up right here. We're gonna wrap up this segment. Let's take a break. We're gonna take a little break. Get into some mental health music. Rap. right, we're back.
Monsta got a guest today, man.
What'd you say?
So no, we got a guest today.
Of course we got a guest today.
We always got a guest, man.
Well, we don't. Not always. We don't want to. You know what I'm saying? If one day we don't got no guests, we can't. We don't want to misrepresent ourselves to people right now. But we got a guest today. It's a dope one. I've actually had the pleasure of working with him recently. It's my man. He's from my area where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like my secondary home.
AZ.
Yeah, AZ. You know what I'm saying? Phoenix though. You know what I mean? I believe it's Phoenix. I mean, this whole. You don't get to. I don't know of too many rappers from out here, so he holding it down from out here for them right now as far as our world. And he's got a genre of rap that he's titled nerd rap.
He created it.
I mean, I don't know if he created, but I ain't never heard nobody say it before him and shit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he did create it. It's his shit though. You know what I mean? I've known him for doing a lot of video game type of. You know what I'm saying? Like video game beat. He coming up with video game type rap. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a marriage that sounds fucking amazing and shit. You know, like a lot of.
I don't really understand with that, but. Why don't we just bring him on, ask him himself then, man?
Yeah, let's do that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to the people Monsta Mondayz next guest, the one, the only,
MegaRan. Yo,
what's going on, sir?
Welcome.
What up, people?
I think you might have got the dopest intro so far.
Yeah.
That was a dope intro. I appreciate it. First of all, salute to everybody here. I know the work. I'm a huge fan of everybody here.
Salute.
And it's an honor to be here to chat with y'all. So
MegaRan, you heard us talking just now?
I did. I heard nerd rap. I heard did he create that? I'm gonna say no, I didn't. We could argue and we could go far back into history and say, you know, guys like Del the Funky Homo Sapien, like MF Doom, maybe even Bismarck E or the Fresh Prince, as people like that, like cats who were making music that wasn't necessarily about.
That's interesting.
Wasn't
like about busting guns or robbing people.
It wasn't like how tough they was. It was just about like how awkward they might have been. You know what I'm saying? Like
the guy. Like the guy who says, "I wish I was a little bit taller."
I knew you was gonna say that.
I like that song. That's why. Like,
I mean, it's a classic. So yes, like that. I would go that far back. But honestly, when I got an idea from, it was actually, y'all should know this well. It was from the Cocoa Brothers, the song "Super Brooklyn." Y'all remember that, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when I heard the flip of the Mario theme. And see, again, being a nerd, I was like, yo, who did that beat? And so it made me start looking up who produced this and how that happened. So then I started like dabbling in beats. Like, all right, I could flip a Mega Man beat. I could flip a Sonic beat. And so that's really where it started, was like hearing those sounds and being like, yo, this is dope. And I never really heard anybody do it outside of like that track. Turns out that track was a part of a whole project with Domingo, Game Over. Yeah. And it's got a whole list of like all my favorite cats doing like raps on video game beats. Master Ace is on there, Eminem, so many people like on video game flips. And so I remember on MySpace, I reached out to Domingo and I was like, yo, like, you got any more of them video game beats around, you know, that kind of thing. So he did one for me, for a Mega Man flip. And we put it on my first project, which was called MegaRan, and that's kind of where it began. I was just like,
that's ill.
You know? And so I like Mega Man because like the music was fire, and it was a little blue dude. I love the color blue, and it just had real dope music. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. And Mega Man, if you remember the old games, they had this cool thing that I never seen, but when you playing the game and you pause it, the music keeps playing. And it was one of the only games I saw that with. So like I'd get up, go fix a sandwich, or you know, go do take out the chores or whatever my mom had me do, and I could still hear the music. And so as I'm hearing it, I'm kind of humming lyrics and you know. And then I was like, "Yo, this is dope." So I didn't have like a big boom box at that time, so I had a little tape recorder, and I sat it next to the TV, and I would just record the beats from the Mega Man game, and then I would just kind of freestyle over them, and that was kind of how it started. But back then, like, it didn't have a name. It wasn't. It was just, I was just rhyming, and then I discovered a cat by the name of MC Frontalot, who was living in Brooklyn, and he's from the Bay Area, and he created a term called Nerdcore hip hop. And I was like, well, this is interesting. What is this all about? And like, he was a guy who was, you know, like a hip hop head who really loved hip hop and also was a nerd. Like, he was like, yo, I worked in a tech support job for all my life, so my songs are about that. But I noticed the skill in it and the flow and the funkiness, and I was like, this is actually really dope. Yeah. So we wound up doing a couple shows together, and everybody's like, oh, so MegaRan is Nerdcore. And I was like, I guess, you know. So yeah, that's kind of how it was. So ever since then, man.
No, that is dope, because I have spent a lot of hours playing Mega Man. A lot.
What's up?
Trust me.
Like, and I remember, like, at that time, we were still rhyming too on the side. Of course, we was listening to Wu-Tang, to Boot Camp, you know, everything, and trying to write rhymes. But like, I would include a lot of like the video game references in the raps, and a lot of the homies was like, I don't know, bro. Like, this they gonna think you soft, like, you know what I mean? Because, and I was like, man,
so basically, this
everybody
was that came along that was tailor made for you.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, this is like a guy, like, it's for the like heads who was raised in hip hop, but also loved video games, comic books, anime, kung fu, like everything, and we just put it together into this crazy like style. And so we was like the nerd Wu-Tang sort of, you know what I'm saying, around the block. Yes, you know.
Yeah. You know what you just made me help me discover?
What's that?
That I'm an undercover nerd, man.
Yo, see,
everything that you just said, I do, man. Like, bro, I ran the streets though, but I like all the stuff you like, man.
See, like, that's what I'm saying. So that's where like a lot of people get the word nerd, like, and they take it to mean something bad, but like nerd just means you're passionate about something. So basically, it's me kind of reclaiming it, being like, well, yeah, you can call me a nerd. That's cool. That just means I'm passionate about it. Like, I was passionate about basketball cards. You know what I mean? I could tell you Michael Jordan's points per game average every year, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just knew stats like that. So like, I could tell you the Jordan shoe for every year. Like, I was nerdy about shoes, you know? So it just meant you're passionate. So, you know, that was just me kind of taking control of that, because back in the day it was like, oh, y'all the nerdy kids, y'all stay over here while we do this over here, you know? Right. And like for the longest time, I felt like hip hop wasn't gonna like welcome that, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know, you get, like I said, guys like Doom, guys like Dell, like really kind of showed me that, oh, you can be into like this.
Pharrell and them too, man.
Yeah, Pharrell too. NERD, absolutely.
Truth be told, like, Helter Skelter, we've always both said it. I don't know if the rest of the crew has done it, but we've always been vocal about being half nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we the hardest nerds, you know, though. You know what I'm saying? But
I always say that. I was like, it's a lot more nerds in the hood than anybody wants to give credit for.
Like real shit. And Strang, you too. Like, I mean, like, fucking, like I said, we have a lot of things in common. One of those things, like, think about the gang we were a part of, son. We were part of a gang that was started off with the name of a fucking cartoon, son, the Decepticons. So how
I watched faithfully every morning.
How nerdy is that?
That's mad nerdy, yo.
I watched G.I. Joe faithfully every morning.
G.I. Joe every day.
We was on the road. We assumed WCW, NWO aliases and used to beat the shit out of each other on the road.
Like you said, like comic books. I was into the comic books. I had a collection that's crazy. I just got rid of it about 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
You probably had some joints in there, bro.
That's why I'm always talking to you about the Avenger movies and how they yo, that didn't really happen, man.
Yeah,
In the
he be
comic
mad.
book, this happened, and the
He
shit
be
that people
mad.
Batman
Right.
and all this stuff. I'm like, yo, man.
See,
So
yeah, he be mad. I'm a new age nerd when it comes to like all of the things. Like I wasn't y'all might have read the comic books and shit back in the days, but I didn't read the comic books. I just, I was casual fanship and shit like that. With that and with sports, mad casual fanship. So it's like now I've gotten way more into it, so I'm a new fan. So while he be mad about all of the tradition, it's like I'm his older brother talking to him like he the old man and I'm the little kid. I'm like, bro, come on.
Like, nah, it's cool, whatever. Like, what is this?
I mean, like,
Yeah,
get
man.
out
Like,
of the 70s,
he's like, take
my
this
nigga,
for
that's-
what it is, man. This
Right,
stuff is
like,
dope, and that's
enjoy
it.
it.
You know?
Yeah, like enjoy it. You know, they got to change some things around to make the
Right.
movies like fit together and all that. So they're gonna definitely change it up. But yeah, like
Keep hearing this guy right here. He sound like old. He's George Jefferson, old ass and shit. He's like,
Nah,
nah, I
but
don't like that.
they follow it they follow it a lot, but it's the little things. I want everything, and I'm like, nah, that didn't happen like that,
Right.
man. And I get on my own nerves with that shit.
Yeah,
Right?
that's just the nerve right there. Like
that's really like being nerdy. It's like, yo, I remember it this way and I want to see it that way. But like we was like just talk about, I don't know if y'all watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
oh yeah,
But, yo.
I squeezed in that last episode right before we came on.
Nah,
I only seen one episode. It's
I
two?
ain't seen the third one
The
yet.
second one
It's
came?
3. Yeah.
Oh, it's three.
It's 3 now.
Oh.
The second one got crazy too, but like
Mhm.
that show is dope. But like, yeah, like I didn't read the comic book that much, so I'm like picking up stuff and I'm asking some of the homies, like, yo, was that the dude from there to there? Like, who is this guy? You know, and he'll start telling
In
me.
the comic books, I didn't like Falcon, man.
Nah, Falcon was kind of weak, and
All the black heroes was weak.
They was
They
all
make
kind
them
of
dope
weak.
in the movies, but they was corny, man. I'm not
You're
gonna
right.
lie.
You're right.
I'm
One thing I
finding
can
out
say
all-
about this show, it's like this show is black as hell, man. Like, yo, they make sure like Falcon is a real one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, they made sure of that. But in the comic,
They got him
yeah,
in here-
he's kind of
they got him in there getting denied bank loans and all that shit. Like,
right.
they got him in there going through the black experience, my nigga. Like really.
For real.
As soon as we finish, I'm watching those episodes.
Yeah, you gotta watch
Yeah.
them. It's fire, man. It's
The last
finished
one,
Rockness?
they gave the shield to Captain America. I ain't see it yet. I was waiting to see this shit.
Oh, that's whack.
You gotta.
I was gonna kind of let the season play out so I could watch all of it because I hate waiting for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm this waiting shit is pissing me off too. Did you fuck with WandaVision?
I did.
No.
You didn't finish your strike
Yeah.
even after I told you.
I'm gonna let some episodes pass so I can get because I can't watch
WandaVision
them
is
if I want to
over.
get
It's
corny
done.
and
Yeah,
corny.
WandaVision is done.
Already. It's done already. They
Oh, it's
finished
done?
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I told
it's
you.
done.
I told you how dope it is. Watch it. You know
And
what I'm
give it
saying?
some
All right,
time. Give it time because it kind of start off a little weird. You like, yo, what's happening right now?
Yeah, he watched
That's what
the
he
first.
told me too.
Nigga, he watched the first 2 episodes and this is
And was
his,
done.
his old
But
impatient.
MegaRan, listen.
He watched the
No,
first couple
you gotta-
episodes and quit.
MegaRan, no. This guy put me on the Flash, and Flash is not that good, man.
Hold on.
I like early
put you on
Flash.
the
I
but
thought
didn't you
Flash
end
was
up
alright.
watching last seasons of
Only
it?
watched
I did. I watched like
Okay then. Okay then.
Early Flash was dope. I don't know about it now because I stopped, but the first few was dope.
Yeah,
I watched like 3 seasons in that job.
But I heard a peep game. I heard because I was waiting for like I don't know if it was season 5 or season 4. I was waiting for it to come out and I Googled it and they said that the fans had started to complain that it was getting too dark. So they needed to bubble gum it up a little bit, and then it got corny after that.
Just repetitive. It's repetitive. The same things keep happening. He has to keep going to the Speed Force. It's just
Yeah, I mean, look, if he keep going there and getting his ass whooped like he did by Zoom and them niggas, then I don't mind.
But he changes the future a little bit. He say, hey, I gotta change the shit. If I do this, I'm gonna change it a little bit. He know he gonna change it, so why you keep doing it?
They had it. So they made it mad bubble gummy. They had this Bebo, this big ass fucking this giant teddy bear running around, skin like that.
That's when I was just about when I checked out.
I'm the Rockness Monster, and I'm here to let you know that I'm on Cameo now. Are you familiar with Cameo? It's a website where you can reach out to some of your favorite celebrities and have them send you shout-outs, personalized, birthday wishes, wedding congratulations. You can even have them quit your job for you. And now I'm there. You can use the Cameo app, or you can go on Cameo.com or the Cameo website. Find me there and make your request. We also have special requests for business. You know, if you want your mixtape dropped on or your album promote, any promotional things, special pricing for that. See us there. Rockness Monsta on Cameo. Rock on.
Man, what you got for MegaRan?
Nah, you know, so I read that you're originally from Philly, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, when you started rapping, you were rapping out in Philly first.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you
know how to rap.
Philly.
Yeah, and Philly's home of the spitters. Like, so when you out doing open mics and stuff out there, it's just different. Like, people take it very seriously. Like, I put the top 10 Philly MCs up against anybody. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like it's a town that's like got so much hunger, and part of it is just, probably because of like being so close to New York and not getting a lot of, love from New York or feeling, I don't know, it's that little brother syndrome, and we thinking like, oh man, New York, they be hating on us, but New York ain't really thinking about us. But that's how we think about it.
That's really what it was. Niggas wasn't like, New York didn't so much. This is how I feel in our defense, because New York do hate on a lot of shit, but I feel like in regards to like other regions, like it wasn't so much hate. It was like niggas wasn't thinking about it. Like, cause niggas never for one time, from the first time niggas heard like the Ghetto Boys, My Mind Playing Tricks on Me, New York never hated on that. They liked it. You understand what I'm saying? They just never wasn't thinking about no Texas. You understand? When NWA came out, niggas didn't like Easy-E at first. They didn't respect the E. You know what I mean? Niggas didn't like that he wasn't lyrical. We hadn't heard that yet. But it wasn't that we had, you know what I mean? You get the outliers, like Tim Dog came out talking about fuck Compton. I don't know what that was about or whatever. Yeah. As a whole, it's not so much the hate. It's just like niggas got so much going on. We be focused on ourselves.
New York hates on people without hating on them. It's basically like nobody can fuck with us. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's how New York is. Nobody can fuck with us. So
I get it. It's like it's just a confidence overall, and it's like it ain't directed towards you. It's just we think we the best.
Right?
Like,
they think they the shit most of the time. Let me ask you this, MegaRan. What you working on now, man?
I'm working on so much stuff, man. I just wrote a book. Let me show you this book. Yeah. This book's called Dream Master. It's about my life coming up, from Philly, moving out to Phoenix. I used to be a teacher, so like having those journeys in this book and how we got started. And the journey through like nerd rap and finding myself and finding my voice and all that. I just finished the book. I'm working on an audiobook version of it next, which is going to be
What's the name of the book?
It's called Dream Master. So yeah, you can get that wherever you get books. If you on Amazon or wherever else, get that free shipping.
MegaRan, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but why does that look like a picture of Little Rail on that joint?
Oh, stop. Here you go.
Yo, put that book up again,
all
man.
Right, I gotta put it up. All right.
Look at a little bit like Little Rail, but I feel you.
It do.
What's up?
People say I look like Lil Rel a lot, so it's all good.
MegaRan, what subject did you
Dream Master? I taught reading.
Get that joint, y'all.
I taught reading. I taught like history to middle school kids. So like, I think that kind of made me a better MC for sure. Like, because anything you know about teaching, especially middle school, I used to be a substitute for a long time, and when the teacher ain't there, substitute, it's a free day, it's a party.
Yeah.
So these kids going wow. These kids are gonna wild out. So for you to come in and somehow get their attention, and I used to do it through rhymes. Like I would freestyle with them, all kinds of fun stuff.
I was just about to ask you that.
Oh yeah. And so the other teachers would kind of hate on me. They were like, "Oh, okay, you Mr. Fun Teacher, okay." They was hating, like, oh, because they hated the kids hated all of them. They were like, "Oh, can I go back to his class?" And they're like, "Nah." But but I always say like it's performing. It's still performance. So whether you standing up in front of a crowd of 1,000 or you in front of 30 kids, like it's still being able to perform and like activate them, get them to believe in you, get them to rock with you. So it's the very same thing. So that made me.
The kids is harder because they actually tell the truth like 5% of the time. So
you're right. You're actually right about that.
Man, they're gonna tell
it's gonna be like, I I don't know, man. You ain't better than my cousin, because my cousin rapping.
Yo, did you ever end up sliding in some Black History on them?
Oh yeah, all the time, man. I did because Black History Month was, always my favorite time. So I would give them all kinds of cool like facts, and then I remember a couple times Black History would start running over to March, and I'm still talking about somebody black, or we still watching some movies, and then come in my room like, we still doing this Black History stuff? And I'm like, yeah, like, like the principal would get mad for sure. Like, I tried to press it, especially out here. I'm in Phoenix. I'd have like 2, 3. Yeah, like I'm like, how you gonna hate on Black History, bro?
How you gonna hate on Black History? That race, I call race.
And we do white history all year long.
All year.
A couple of extra days or something Black History.
They give us
I don't want to turn this show political. You understand? So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna just leave it. I'm for the people that will be able to see this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do this. Look, for the people that can only hear it.
And y'all all out there in Arizona.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is out here. It's
almost kind of being out there in Alabama.
Bro, it almost is like it was talk about a rude awakening. Like, I came out here, I was teaching in Philly, and then I came out here. I thought I was just gonna take a job for a year, hate it, and then leave. But like, I wound up meeting my wife out here. Like, things kind of worked out. But like, I got like to this place, and I looked it up, like the list of the ranking of all the states in like education, and Arizona's like 48th. Like, out of the 50 states, bro. Like, so I think it's only like Mississippi and New Mexico behind it, and like, and I was just like, damn, like, so that made me want to leave. But then, people was like, but that means they need you out here,
right? Exactly.
Like, they need you.
You went out to change the world, man.
Yeah, I guess. I gave it 2 years. I gave it 2 years, and I was like, nah, I'm doing this rap thing. I'd rather take my chances being an indie rapper than
educate through your raps. You know what
I'm saying? That's what I say. I can educate.
How was it working out for you?
It's pretty good, man. I quit teaching in 2011, so that was 10 years ago, and that was the day that I quit to do a 50 city tour, and it was like, all right, tour or these badass kids. All right, I'm gonna take this tour, and so just never look back, man. So it was almost 10 years to the day. It was early in May that I did it, and I'm glad, man. I never looked back. Like, I had put out an album that I saw was doing pretty good, and while I was teaching, and the album was like top 10 on iTunes, and I was like, oh dang, okay, this might be like a real thing. And then I just looked at the list of artists, and I don't remember everybody, but I remember I was next to like Kanye and like Lil Wayne, and I was like, wow. They ain't got day jobs. I'm out. So that's the day I decided, like, nah, this ain't for me. And like, I'm gonna come back maybe, at some point, maybe when I retire. I do want to teach kids or mentor in some way, when it's all said and done, because I feel like kids need it, man. And like, but hip hop is kind of some of the best ways, like, because they all into rap, they all want to rap, they all want to do these things. But like, I think talking to them like through that is kind of like a dope way to do it. So
I think teaching kids your genre rap would be dope, because every kid think you gotta be tough to be a rapper and stuff like that. You gotta carry a gun, you gotta be in a gang, you gotta do this. So that would kind of change, a lot of things, man.
That's true. Like,
you don't have to be, really.
You really don't. I mean, but people look at it like that's what everybody does, so they feel like they have to. But I talk to kids now every once in a while, like through Zoom and stuff, since they've been doing this, and they always be like, hey, you never been on MTV? Like, I don't remember seeing you on, how many TikTok followers you got? You know what I mean? Like, that's how kids judge success. And it's like, I want to let you know that you don't have to be doing that to be successful. Like, you could just do what you want to do, find your group of folks who are into it and do it, and so I think that's the best lesson I learned, was just like, find your tribe. I saw that somewhere in like a book. People was like, man, you find your tribe and they're gonna rock with you to the end,
I think one of the dopest rappers is a nerd, and I hope he don't think I'm dissing him because he'll tear me to pieces. But
who are you talking about?
Is dope.
Eminem.
Eminem is a dope. To know those type of words and say them the way you do, you have to be into. You know what I mean? You're not on the streets.
Yeah, he's like a word nerd. You know,
you're not the gang is
for sure.
His movie even showed that he's not no gang. He wasn't robbing people and stuff.
Nah.
He had it hard though.
He was just dope. He was good at words. He's like a word nerd. Dope. You know, like I really appreciate when I can hear like people and I listen to him and be like, okay, like, all right, he using some cool vocabulary words or like he doing something different, you know. So but don't get it twisted. You know, I grew up on Wu-Tang, Nas, you know, Jay, Common, Boot Camp, everybody. Like that's the stuff that I think kind of forms lyricism, at least a standard for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, but you could take what you've learned and then kind of just flip it and twist it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not every single person grows up in the hood. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, to
That's
me,
it's good point, man. Because, like, yeah, what about the kids who didn't grow up in the hood but are nice? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to pretend they was from the hood? Like, what if he's just nice?
Rap about what they've been around.
Yes.
Mostly they do though.
That's
right?
the way
they do.
I mean, that's the way the game, you know, sell it. That's the way the game sell it to them. You think that they gotta, you know, that they gotta follow, keep up with the Joneses, and like, you know, like I feel like, you know, that NWA was partially, you know, had that effect on the game. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us left the mark, never to be, you know, that remained on the game. And NWA, you know, they brung that certain type of energy, you know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, the conspiracy theorists always say, like, you know, the powers that be amplified that because that was just what they wanted, you know what I'm saying, to turn us all out, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? But ever since then, like, it's the weirdest rat race. It's like, everybody want to be hard. It's everybody on the radio. Your music could be soft. You still got an element of gangster in it. Yet, if you come and just try to be gangster, they don't want you on the radio. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's the illest rat race that they got niggas in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They want you being gangster enough to sell records, but not too gangster to where they're not nervous when you get there to the station.
That's what I like about music now, man. You don't really have to be gangster. Like, a lot of rappers right now that's not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a lot of niggas is trying to though. They be literally dressed in, and this is not to shame them, but they'll be dressed in a uniform that says nothing, but there's nothing gangster here, and in their lyrics they still got the blicky. You understand what I'm saying? Like somewhere in there that, you know what I'm saying, they still got the blicky, and they'll be singing it too. And I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying that element of "don't fuck with me" still has
to be there. Yeah,
or at least niggas still believe it gotta be there, because somebody like Kanye never tried to play tough in his
never.
You understand what I'm saying? Like he was cool.
That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why he became such a icon of sorts, is because he was one of the only people doing that when he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Kanye,
I see Kanye interview and Beanie was coming at him. He said, "Listen, I'm not on no street stuff. I'm not no gangster. Beanie, I don't want no problem.
I don't want no problem.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, and I respected that so much, though.
Right. Angie Martinez tried to set him up. She like, "What you do? So what are you going to do about it?" Something to that effect.
Yeah.
Like, listen, don't get this shit twisted. I don't want no smoke. Mr. Beanie Siegel. Hell no.
Right.
That is not
Mr. Beanie Siegel. Not at all.
He said he's in the streets. He does that. I don't do that. He's a gangster. He carry guns. I don't do that. I respected that so much, man.
That's so respectable.
I respected that so much.
Like, man, anybody else might have got caught up in that moment of adrenaline. Like, man, what did I smack him? What say what? You know, like, and then
got smacked.
And then you got a problem.
I promise you, bro. I seen a lot of people get caught up in that moment. Mm-hmm. A lot of people get caught up where they say something, they don't mean no disrespect by it, but then the person interviewing them will egg them on. You know what I'm saying? Because the person interviewing them ain't from the streets. They don't know that bullets could fly from this. And even if they do know that bullets could fly, that ain't their problem. They ain't never had these situations, and they just looking for And I seen it happen with mad niggas. I won't say names because it ain't necessary, but it happens all the time. That's why, like, till this day, we do interviews, and interview niggas will try to egg me on to say something crazy. You know what I do? Because usually those are rookie interview niggas. But even if I turn it off on, I turn it on them. I'm about to yell at this interview nigga. Because why are you wasting my time with this shit right here?
Yep.
Like, why do you understand what words turn into? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You so busy culture vulturing, trying to get like, name me the top 5 worst MCs. Any interviewer that asks you that deserves to be slapped in the face, B. Real talk. You deserve to be slapped across your face because you literally playing with somebody's life. You playing with somebody's livelihood, somebody's life, a whole bunch of B. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, man.
Don't go for the
Meg, this is a dope interview, man. We enjoy having you, all that stuff, man.
Yo, man, I'm honored to be here, man. Hurricane Starang is constantly in my rotation. You don't understand. Hack that ass up like a poster. Got niggas out in Kenosha who be screaming at Scotia. Come on, man. Come on. Legends, y'all.
Listen, I'm bumping your music all week now, bro. I mean, I was anyway.
But now that you know, okay.
Right?
I want
to plug your thing in, man. Let people know where they can find you: Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. You know
Appreciate
what I mean?
That. Yeah, I'm at MegaRan, Mega_Ran on Instagram. I do Freestyle Fridays every Friday. I put out a new verse. I did one last week that was a WandaVision flip. Then I did an MF Doom flip before that. I'm so whatever I'm into, if I'm playing a game or watching the show, I'll just do a quick current events freestyle just to keep the sword sharp. So you can get those on YouTube at YouTube/MegaRan, on Twitter at MegaRan. The book is at DreamMasterBook.com. It's out there. Go grab it. And I guess that's it. I'm on Twitch. I do a lot of DJs. I'm learning how to DJ, so I do DJ sets and cool little freestyles with the audience at twitch.tv/MegaRan. That's that.
We appreciate you, man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank y'all for having me
on our show, man. We appreciate you.
Salute.
We got range on our shit right there.
Right.
You gonna learn some shit, and you gonna get your hands on some dope shit when you watch Monsta Mondayz. I promise, or you listening, or you watching, whatever. Because I got dope friends. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Be right.
Word up. Rec. But when on the way out, I wanna play the joint that me and MegaRan got together. The shit is stupid. What's it called?
Courageous Cat. Yeah.
And I never. It's crazy. I never even heard this joint.
I ain't heard it. It's brand new.
Yeah.
This joint is fun.
Appreciate you, boss.
Thank you. All right, much love, y'all.
See you.
Salute.
All right, salute.
I'll be down in Phoenix and soon enough. We're gonna put it together.
Holla at me. I got you. All right, sir. Peace.
Hi, I'm the Rockness monster. Dopest voice in hip hop ever. Yes, ever. Ladies love my voice. You know what else ladies love? Ladies love cool shirts. And we got some of the coolest shirts you ever seen in your life over here. They don't shrink, they don't wrinkle, they don't fade. The best part about it is they feel good, real good. I promise you. You put this shirt on and women are gonna hug you different. We also got matching socks and neck gaiters for whichever shirt you order. Speaking of ordering, to order go to rocknessbcc.bandcamp.com. Go there and have a blast. Knock yourself out. Rock on, rock on.
Yeah, that was a dope interview right there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I got put on to a new genre of rap, Nerdcore. Never heard of it. I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna do my homework, man.
Hell yeah. I wonder how many other artists basically claim that Nerdcore title.
That's what I'm gonna see too. You know what I mean?
Now that I think about it, I think I've actually heard Ruck say the words
Nerdcore or nerd rap.
Nerd rap, not nerdcore, but nerd rap.
Right, because
that might be a new term.
But we add that to the rest of the genres of rap. Now, how many genres of rap are there?
We got you got the best one, hardcore.
Hardcore. I'm not gonna say that's the best one, man.
I didn't actually say. I'm just saying
because, and I know you're not gonna say that's the best because you enjoy all types of rap. You enjoy conscious rap. You like your JBs and your Tribe Called Quest and your De La Souls.
Not as much as I love the headbanger. What the headbanger? What the headbanger? What the headbanger? So I almost drove me crazy.
It kind of depends on what a nigga's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm driving somewhere or whatever and I'm about to go, like if I'm chilling, I might want to listen to some conscious rap, some, you know what I'm saying, some like Dilla type beats. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of vibe.
I mean, I like all that shit because all that shit is hip hop. All that shit come from hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? You got your conscious rap, you got your nerdy rap, you got your hardcore rap. Now you got your drill, your trap, all that. You know what I mean?
West Coast.
Yeah, rap. West Coast, like down south. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All that is, I like something from all them things. You know what I'm saying? I like all, but I have liked something from all those things.
What do you think?
My favorite is like adrenaline type music. Like when we first, like when I first used when Monsta Mondayz was a regular radio show, like on Beatminerz, like I would take the dopest, like I would take the most prettiest or whatever the mainstreamest artists, and I would find a monster song because they got one. Remember back in the days when you made an album, you had to have some hardcore shit, you had to have a club shit, you had to have a lot of. Sometimes your club shit was your monster shit. You know, sometimes they crossed over.
Right.
It was that high energy adrenaline shit that I love the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's the shit that that's the kind of shit that allows me to, like when I'm out, I'm at a club or whatever, and we just chilling, we not performing. That's the kind of shit that allows me to dance without dancing. Because I'm too fucking tough to be out here doing the running, man. You understand? I'm not gonna be on the dance floor fucking nearly rocking and shit. But you know, the way, you know, when a dope, like when Wu-Tang Triumph come on, like I rap, I move to it like it's my own song. You understand what I'm saying? The song come on and I'm just, and I become fun to watch that way. I pick up chicks that way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
what you fuck with, right?
Man, a little bit of everything. You know, being a DJ or whatever, I gotta hear everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so I know what kind of vibe to play in front of certain crowds or whatever. I produce everything, but the only thing I haven't really made too many beats about is the drill beats, like that UK type of drill. Like a lot of New York cats is on that sound right now.
Right.
Yeah.
What y'all think of that?
I mean,
I fucks with it, man. I heard like 2 or 3 songs from the UK type shit that I like, that I actually fuck
Pop
with.
Smoke was on that shit, Hard Body.
Right.
Yeah,
Niggas don't even know, right. When Pop Smoke came out, those UK beats and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
that's actually the first person I really heard.
And the song Drake got with Fabio and them guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a UK flow, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That flow is UK.
That's the thing about New York, though. Like, you know, with New York always being the intense melting pot that it always been, like, New York has always been on some, you know, we go someplace else, find it, bring it home. Like,
what do you think about that? Because I remember before there was like a big argument or whatever about how cats from New York was feeling like New York don't got a sound no more and da-da-da-da-da.
But that's because New York was losing. You understand what I'm saying? Like when
New York always had some artists that was like the top artist.
But New York was never losing, man. It's like how white people feel. They feel like they're losing.
What'd you say, bro?
I said it's like how white people feel. They feel like they losing, but they're not losing because they created the shit. So it's like.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Like everybody have their time, and you know, like I said, like humans. This is humans, period, man. You niggas, if shit ain't going right, niggas gonna find a reason to complain. You understand? They're gonna find something to blame or somebody to blame or whatever. But like in all reality, like New York, like when it comes down, like New York has been first with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But with a lot of that shit that New York has been first with, like even with hip hop, like hip hop.
was developed from taking elements of other things and doing our own thing with it. And New York was first to do it. You were first to be recorded doing it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's our shit. Like niggas would go like New York niggas going out of town getting money. You know what I'm saying? New York niggas, the first one with this fashion. New York niggas, the first, like they this is what they do. So if you're not in the space of hating, because you know we do that too out here. You know what I'm saying? But if you not once you out of that space, you recognize that that's just New York. We always like that's what we do. Fuck that. Like we gonna be like because the Giants still play in New York. Jay-Z, Puffy, 50 Cent, you understand? These are some of the richest and biggest, most successful rappers.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
New York. So
there's never been a time period that New York hasn't had somebody that was like one of the top artists in the rap game.
Right.
So, but like the sound, because people were saying like Designer, for instance, everybody was saying like that ain't no New York shit because he was rapping over a bounce beat. You say what?
Said it about 50 a little bit too. Like they said, he used to try to rap Southern or whatever. Yeah. But Designer really sounded like Future. Like I really thought that was Future when I heard
because he was from New York. That's considered New York rap. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was like nah. Like
I didn't. People not rocking with it.
Like I didn't say that I didn't rock. Don't think that I wasn't 5 seconds away from doing my own version of Panda. Like I was 5 seconds away from rapping on that beat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just ain't get to it. But it was dope. The song was dope. I just didn't appreciate the fact that when I first heard it, I felt like he tricked me. I thought he was Future. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to argue for Future. But anybody who said Future couldn't rap, I was about to say, oh, nah. Future was just playing the game. He was just making those words he was making those songs with no lyrics because that's how you gotta play the game. But this nigga could rap. I was prepared to have this argument with niggas. Yeah. And then I found out that wasn't Future and I felt bamboozled. You understand what I'm saying?
New York is confusing anyway, because it's like, man, I don't want nobody biting my style, sounding like me, none of that shit. But then when somebody come with something original you never heard before, it's like, man, we sounding like down south. We sounding like the West Coast. We don't got our own shit. So niggas don't really know what they want, man. You know what I'm saying? I like all that original shit. You don't sound like people, I'm going to listen to it. Whether I like it or not, I'm going to listen to it, give it a try. Oh, yeah. Because it's original. And it's, you know what I mean? It's authentic. I don't want nobody sounding like Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody
I didn't like when we had guys coming in sounding like Biggie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I never liked that either. I don't know why. I don't know. I was always confused as to why Puffy would sign somebody who sounded just like Biggie or sounded anything like.
Wait a minute, who did he sign that sounded like Biggie?
I mean, Shine sounded like Biggie.
It was Shine, and then it was this.
I never really thought he sounded like him.
At first, he did.
When I first heard it, I did. And then there was this other guy. I think he's from LA, actually. The big guy.
Yeah.
Gorilla Black.
Gorilla Black. That's his name.
Gorilla Black. Yeah.
But well, another dope show, Rock.
Yeah.
I still don't really particularly like love rap. Like LL Cool J, I need love.
I do.
Bro, that right there was like the biggest joint back in the day.
I do. I like love rap, man. I like love rap. I'm not gonna.
You know, Eminem had one of the dopest love songs. It was crazy though. It was like rock love song where it was terrible, but it was beautiful at the same time. Like it's beautiful, but you a fucked up nigga. I love those kind of songs.
I like that song. Yeah. I like Rock Song too, though. That's one of my favorites.
That shit was called "I Love You, Bitch." I love that shit. Like, you understand? It's great.
We gonna have to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, let that rip. We out of time? We about to wrap this up?
Yeah, we about to wrap this up, bro.
Do I have Petty for today?
Yeah, you should. I mean,
you're the only one that has the Petty. So
I would appreciate. I think y'all be lying. Like I know y'all strang me and you been friends for too long.
Hey, it's not about lying. It's about what you're willing to disclose to people, right? It's not about lying because I never said. You know what I mean? I did or didn't. It's about what you're willing to disclose, brother. And the Sterang brand is just not willing to disclose that type of stuff because it's too real for TV. You will be mad at me for years, bro.
I'm willing to.
I sent Brock some petty shit the other day through IG. That was crazy petty.
Yeah, he sent me some. Yo, this shit was super duper petty. This shit was weird. This petty level 1,000. Some nigga. Yeah, it's a long story. I sent it to you. It was bad. It was bad. Do I have? I mean, I always got some petty. Here's some. Let me ask you this. All right. Today's petty portion, sponsored by P, inspired by P, or brought to you by P. P was a petty nigga and shit, right? I have a question, right? Because I'm not sure if this is really petty. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get y'all opinion on it, right? We all grew up in some hoods, right? We all were kids at a time or another. You know what I mean? And shit was rough in our hoods. Back in the days when we was kids, a grown nigga would rob a kid. Well, like an 18-year-old nigga would rob a kid. You understand what I'm saying? Like an 11-year-old kid. Like, and I say this to say that it was a dude that used to rob me. Like last time I got robbed, I was 11 years old, right? 11. A nigga ain't never took nothing from me ever since then without taking some blood with him, right? You know what I'm saying? Or leaving some there. But before that incident, so this means this was before I was 11. There was a dude who was he seemed like a grown up. This nigga used to rob me. He used to take my mom's change from me. You know, my mom do send you to the store, you go get, you know what I'm saying? And you see this nigga, you know it's gonna be trouble. Like Chris Rock or with the Chris Rock show, little dude from across the street, them niggas always took $1 or $2 from this nigga. But they was nicer to Chris than this nigga was to me. You understand?
Yeah, they asked Chris for $1.
Yeah, they asked Chris for $1. This nigga, I ain't had no choice really, right? So son, like I saw this nigga as an adult. Like I was an adult, right? We was already rapping this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I was that much older, right? And this nigga is doing, you know, he's clearly, like, I can clearly stomp earth, wind, fire, and ice out this nigga. But I don't want to, son. Like, I want to wait till he older. I want to wait till he feels the same amount of, what the fuck, I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? When he's like, you know what I'm saying? When he crushed over that threshold, son, I'm
elderly. You trying to wait till he's elderly?
What is the petty part of this thing?
The fact that I still got a grudge from something when I was 8, 9 years old, son. The second I
don't think that's petty.
You don't feel like that's petty?
I think that's real. Nah.
I mean,
real?
I feel the same way.
There's a hair of petty, right? Because you could have let it go by now, but it depends on how much he was a bully to you back in the day. Now, if he was a real ass,
several times, several.
Yeah, then I gotta agree with Sterang.
Well, if that's petty, then I'm petty too. Because before rap, a guy stole a girl from me, fucked her real good, man, and I still remember it, man. Right? And if I seen them or something, I would have something to say about it, man. I would shit on them. You know what I mean?
There's a guy who fucked my old lady a long time ago. We know him, right? And I don't treat him no way. Like I don't treat him fucked up or nothing. But he don't get none of the benefits of being Rockness Monster's homeboy. He don't get no verses from me. I don't show up to none of his videos. I don't do none of that. You understand?
That's funny.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that might be the petty part of today.
Yeah, I still feel a way about that till today, man. All right.
Right. Well, so maybe today's portion of petty has a question mark. You know
right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Take us out, big man.
All right. So that was our show. We appreciate you rocking with us today. You could have been any place else in the world. Well, maybe a few places are still pandemic outside, you understand? But you could have been someplace else. But you're here with us. And we thank you for it. Signing off for me and my squad, my brother Sterang Wonder, my brother Rec. We are Team Monsta Mondayz. And
on behalf of Black League Entertainment, Delicious Vinyl, and Dash Radio and TV and all platforms, and Monsta Nation, Solid Ice, and the Sound Lounge. We out. Cue the credits.
Peace.
For listening to Monsta Mondayz Podcast. Please join us every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. West Coast time and 11 to 1 a.m. East Coast time. Every single Monday, Monsta Monday on the Dash app. Also, check out these awesome shows from the rest of our podcasting family. Funny Farm, East New York Radio, All Elements Mix Show, the Star Power Collective, La Cosa Nostra Radio, 5150 Mix Show, Block News Live, Vinyl Coffee Mix Show, and Hidden Gems. Check them all out under the Delicious Vinyl radio station.